Elvis lives again. Philippines' Filipino kid's voice brings everyone to tears. The lights dimmed, and the room fell silent. Thousands of faces turned toward the stage of America's Got Talent, a place where dreams were either made, or broken, in an instant. From behind the heavy velvet curtain stepped a small boy with dark, soulful eyes and a shy smile that could melt even the toughest hearts. His name was Miguel Santos, a 12-year-old from a small fishing village in the Philippines. He wore a second-hand white jacket that hung loosely on his shoulders, a pair of scuffed shoes, and a voice that, unknown to the audience, would soon make the world believe that Elvis Presley himself had returned. Simon Cowell leaned forward, eyebrows raised. "What's your name, young man?" Miguel, sir," the boy stammered, gripping the microphone with trembling hands. "I came here to sing, for my mama." The crowd murmured softly, and Simon's expression softened just a bit. "All right, Miguel. Whenever you're ready." The boy closed his eyes. For a few seconds, there was only silence, the kind that made time feel heavy. Then, with one deep breath, he began to sing, "Can't Help Falling in Love." His voice was pure magic. Deep, velvety, and hauntingly familiar. Every note carried both the innocence of a child and the soul of an old spirit. The moment he opened his mouth, the judges froze. The first line sent chills through the audience. By the chorus, people were on their feet, some wiping tears from their eyes. Simon's jaw had dropped. How could a boy so young sound so heartbreakingly close to Elvis Presley himself? But what made it even more powerful was not just his voice, it was the emotion behind it. Miguel sang as though every word meant something deeply personal. His mother had loved Elvis. It was her dream to visit America one day, but she never made it. She passed away just months earlier, her heart failing before she could see her son perform for the world. Miguel had promised her he'd make it to that stage, and as he sang, it felt as though she was right there beside him. When the final note faded, the entire auditorium erupted. People screamed, clapped, and even shouted, "Elvis lives again." Simon stood up slowly, speechless, his eyes glistening. He finally said, "I've been judging this show for years, but I've never seen anything quite like this." Miguel's lips trembled. "Thank you, sir," he whispered. But then came a moment no one expected. Simon pressed the golden buzzer. Confetti rained down as Miguel dropped to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He looked up at the sky, mouthing, "For you, Mama." The entire audience stood as one, cheering, crying, clapping. It wasn't just a performance, it was a resurrection of love, faith, and music's power to heal. Backstage, host Terry Crews wrapped Miguel in a big hug. "You did it, kid. Your mom would be so proud." Miguel smiled weakly. "She always said, music never dies." Now I know what she meant. Overnight, the clip went viral. Millions watched and shared it around the world. Some commented, "Elvis lives again." Others wrote, "This boy healed something in me I didn't know was broken." Miguel became a global sensation, not because of fame or glamour, but because he reminded everyone what music is truly about, connection. But Miguel didn't stop there. A few weeks later, during an interview, a reporter asked what he planned to do with his prize money. His answer stunned everyone. "I want to build a small music school in my village," he said softly. "There are many kids like me who love to sing, but we don't have teachers or instruments. I want them to have what I never did." True to his word, Miguel returned home months later, carrying nothing but his trophy and a dream. With help from donations and fans around the world, he transformed an old church hall into a music center. Painted on the wall in bold letters were the words his mother used to tell him every night before bed, "Your voice is God's gift. Use it to bring light." Years passed, and Miguel continued to perform across the globe, but he always came back to that little hall by the sea. There, barefoot children sang into battered microphones, laughing and dreaming the way he once did. When asked why he still returned, Miguel would smile and say, "Because this is where the music lives." One rainy evening, as he stood outside watching the waves crash against the shore, an old man approached him. "Son," the man said, voice trembling, "I lost my wife years ago. We used to dance to Elvis every night. When I heard you sing, I felt her again. Thank you for bringing her back." Miguel's eyes welled with tears. He reached out and hugged the man. "Music brings back what we think we've lost," he whispered. "That's what my mama taught me." The moonlight shimmered on the water as laughter and song drifted from the hall behind them. Somewhere in the sound of the children's voices, there was a familiar warmth, a reminder that love never truly leaves. Because sometimes, in the most unexpected voices and smallest hearts, legends live again. And that night, as the music soared into the sky, one could almost swear they heard Elvis himself whispering through the breeze, thank you very much."